Good evening, folks. Thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed the jazz band performance. Before we get started, one quick note. The pieces for a concert band are a little bit out of order. I decided on one thing and then decided I disliked that, and they agreed with me. So we're going to be playing them a little bit differently. We're going to be starting with March of the Irish Guard. And March of the Irish Guard is originally a tune called The Boys of Wexford, based off of an even earlier tune from the 13th century, and it is a story of an Irish band of defenders from Southeast Ireland. And this is one of our pieces that we'll be taking to concert assessment in 1 week's time. So this is March of the Irish Guard. Before we move on to the next thing, there's one person in the audience that I really need to recognize tonight for some hard work that she did for me back in the fall. In the fall, I had to take some time off from marching band, which doesn't really ever fly. And I had to take about 2 weeks off. And we still had rehearsal thanks to Mrs. Nothnagel and another gentleman, Mr. Kronstein, who's unfortunately unable to be here tonight because he's UVA pet band working, so go Who's. So Miss Susan Nothnagel, if you would please come forward. I know you're here. She has a accompanist duties to perform downstairs, so I need to get this out of the way really quick. Miss Susan Nothnagel. me thanking them and the students of marching band. They really appreciate that. Our next tune is Air and Caprice, a two-part piece. The air section, a nice and legato slow section, followed by an up-tempo 3/4 dance, the Caprice. This is Air and Caprice. Next week, we'll be taking symphonic band and concert band to Charlottesville High School on symphonic band on Friday, concert band on Saturday, to perform for district concert assessment, weather withstanding. Please no more snow. Actually, I can stand still, just not on the These bands will be performing 3 pieces. The next 2 pieces that concert band will be playing on that assessment, and there will be a panel of judges, music education professionals throughout the state, come together and judge these events, and they'll be given a rating: good, fair, poor, excellent, or superior. And that rating is just a snapshot of how well we're doing as a class. They'll give us feedback, give us comments. It'll be great for everybody. So just to look forward to what we're doing next week. We'll be doing that. So Liturgical Fanfare and Ashlon Echoes, 2 pieces by Robert W. Smith that we'll be taking to assessment next week. So we have a quick scene change. Not very much is actually going to move. The bands are actually about 6 chairs different, so it's really, really nice today. While they're getting set up, I would like to invite Miss Gina Keller, if she's here, to come up on stage. We're going to recognize some folks for some outstanding work today. First of all, this is a great opportunity to say some thank yous. Thank you first to parents. You guys have put up with a lot of practicing. I know there were some snow days in there that maybe you heard a little too much piccolo. I at least heard the scuttlebutt about that one. But without you, this is not possible at all. So thank you very much. Second of all, thank you to the Fluvanna County High School and Fluvanna County Public Schools administration, staff, janitors, everybody. It's been wonderful working here, and I love to keep going, and I want to keep going. But thank you very much. Also, Dr. Jeff Vaughn, thank you for coming in tonight, and he's going to be giving a clinic to these guys as soon as they're done. So we're very excited about that. At this time, we have some certificates for some folks who auditioned for and made All District Band. All District Band is a special select group of students. Our district runs from Culpeper to Amherst and every school in between, and the also sidetrack over here, Fluvanna, Orange, Louisa. And these folks went to an audition in December, got selected, and participated in a mass concert of all these folks that practiced all day on Friday and gave a concert the very next day. So if your name is called, symphonic band folks, please come forward. We have our certificate for you. First one is Maggie Benvenuti, clarinet. Then we have Montana Nelson, also in clarinet. And playing oboe tonight, but playing clarinet at District Band, Nicole Willis. Our lovable bassoon player, Connor Riley. Connor also qualified to audition for All-State Band. All-State Band is the entire state. So he has that audition on Saturday. We'll let you know how it goes. Trumpet player, Grace Hubbard. Our lone 8th grader on stage right now, she's in here, doing a great job. French horn player, Veronica Reyes. One of our graduating senior trombones, Kyle Davis. And our last one, sitting right in front, played jazz band, is not doing symphonic band this year, but still holding down Barry sax, played clarinet at District Band, Sammy Mutugans. Alright, so, looks like they're about ready. Our pieces for symphonic band are in the correct order. I got my act together for these guys. Cenotaph is our opening fanfare. Jack Stamp, I love his works. He's a Pennsylvanian, works at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Place I almost went to JMU instead. Glad I did that because I stayed in Virginia. It's been great. Cenotaph is a memorial or monument to a person who's not buried there. So this kind of depicts a monument kind of along the lines of like the Washington Monument or the Lincoln Memorial, something epic, big, and bold. This is Cenotaph. Sorry, we had a little flute malfunction beforehand. Eighth graders, if you know where Jay is, could you please check? We need to move back. We'll tune all the way.
I don't know.
That's great to see all the young folks coming back to check out the rest of the concert. Thank you. I told them that they could stay or they could go, and they're making a great choice. Love you guys. Carl King, one of the top 3 march composers out there, along with John Philip Sousa and Henry Fillmore. Carl King's Allied Honor is pretty much a staple of the march repertoire, and this is our march that we'll be taking next week. The remaining 3 pieces we'll be taking to assessment. And this year, we're taking grade 5 music, which is the first time we've done that ever. They grade music on a scale of easiest to hardest, 1 to 6. So we're right up there. Only 2 bands in the district take grade 6 music. And I'm really excited to see what these guys can do next week. So, without further ado, Allied Honor, Carl King. Our next piece is one of the staples of the modern wind band, Francis Macbeth, one of the greatest 20th century wind band composers that ever lived. Just died last year, I believe, unfortunately, or maybe the year before that. But Chant Jubilo, some of you might recognize as being in their folders last year a little bit. We never really got to perform the whole thing, so I felt bad about that, so we put it back out there in the folders this year. Loved it. 2 sections, a nice, slow, Eastern European style chant, followed by up-tempo, gradually getting faster, getting more exciting, get louder, Jubilo section. This is Chant and Jubilo. Before we play our last number, I always know that I forgot to thank somebody. Band boosters, folks that set up the ticket sales programs, the bake sale outside. Without you guys, we could not run. Unfortunately, economic times are not such that we're well funded. But the band boosters have really stepped up in the last 3-4 years. They've paid for virtually everything that this band does. So thank you so much. They've organized and planned and executed, and well, we're going to be going to Disney over spring break. And 60 folks. Yeah. Thank you so much, all the help that you've given on that. It's going to be a great time. I know I forgot something else, but I'm sorry. Thank you, and we really appreciate it. Our last piece tonight, We Shall Lift Lamps of Courage. My good friend Gary Fagan wrote this. It's based off of a French resistance movement phrase from World War II. And it's very heroic at the beginning. It's got some light dance moves. It's got a gentle, soft section. It's a very interesting piece. And one last announcement. Following the concert tonight, there will be a parent meeting for the trip in the cafeteria. So make sure that if you've got a child that's going on the trip, you stop by there. There's some great forms and things for you to fill out. And Miss Julie Dobrin is going to be telling you all about our wonderful time at Disney. Thank you so much for coming out. us again on March 27th at 7 o'clock for a new thing, the Music Mosaic. Start spreading the word. It's new. Thank you. I didn't forget people. Diane Sheldon, Karen Nelson, Julie Dobrin, Lucy LaFontaine, Kimberly Goldfield, Kenneth Helms, Amy Herndon, Melissa Greenspan, and Anna Dubon. Thank you so much for your help. We have some thank you cards for you too.